Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to round three. We have Kaido versus Zoro. I know we've had a lot of red. It turns out there's just a lot of red in the tournament. Seems to be the most popular color in any tournament you go to, whether it's Luffy or Zoro. So just waiting on both of the players to set up. Well, this is an interesting matchup. It's a little bit what I would call high variance, especially in best of one. Zoro can really overwhelm Kaido in the early game if it doesn't see like the specific cards it needs to see, and Kaido can. And then as I say, if like Zoro doesn't see a lot of rushers, it can't compete with Kaido's late game. So, what are some of your thoughts on this matchup?
Yeah, I think that this is certainly going to be a high variance match, like you said. Kaido is going to be looking to survive the early game and just let the Zoro player run out of gas. And once the Zoro player is out of gas, Kaido will just have a few kings on the board, hopefully, that can just go ahead and close the game out. But unfortunately, with it being best of one, it's going to be very dependent on their hands and the top 5 or 6 cards of their deck. So we're
very much so.
We're something definitely
like
yeah.
Something like
okay, so we got Zoro going first.
Yeah. It's going to be
Zoro going first, playing Chopper and not a Nami. That's very good. That means we have a little less consistency on Zoro's side, so that's good for the Kaido player. Looks like Kaido player has opened a blocker, the Higurashi blocker. This is a 2-cost 3K. These are very useful because they can block Shanks, unlike Black Maria, who cannot. So generally, as the Kaido player, you want to prioritize playing Black Marias earlier and Higurashi's later.
But it's funny. It's funny how it's funny how that little 1K can make such a difference.
It certainly does. Now, Kaido taking a 5K swing early.
Yep.
Very interesting.
Let's see, we got
Zoro playing Nico. That's why you always want to block the first attack from Zoro. Because the Nico Robin punish.
We got a little camera shift. Yeah, so now, the blocker, it can just get free killed by Robin. So I wonder if like, what are you going to do with this blocker now? You know what I mean? It's not always wrong to take that 5K, right? I mean, like you said, you can like really be digging for a play, digging for something like Onigashima Island. It's not always wrong to take that 5K, but we are going to end up getting punished by the Nico Robin for sure.
Yeah, I think you always block the first attack just because of Nico Robin.
Right, yeah.
Because from this point forward, he can clear Nico Robin with King. But this turn, he just wasn't able to. Oh, do we have a shield trigger?
No.
Oh, it's a jet pistol.
Pistol. I wouldn't do it. You get the.
I would not do it. No, we have the Robin to clear it. So okay.
Yep. Save for the Queen.
Yep. As the Kaido player now, we're aware our opponent has a jet pistol. So
yep.
A little bit concerned. Are we going to see the Onigashima come down on this turn?
Yeah.
It does look like we're going to be putting 3 into Onigashima. All right. So Kaido did see Onigashima, did see a blocker on 2. Kaido player's hand seems pretty good for the early game. I don't know if it's good enough for the late game, but at least the early game seems pretty fine.
It's a good start. It was a good start for sure.
Yep. It is. So we're going to put 1 on the Zoro, and then we're going to immediately put 1 on the Robin and swing.
Yep. So we got 6 going into face, killing the blocker.
Yep.
When Robin swings, if it has a Dawn attached 1, when attacking, KO one of your opponent's 3 cost or less. I'm sorry, not 3 cost, 3 power or less. Yeah.
Yeah, 3K or less. Taking that damage. Going to 3.
It's pretty rough.
Yeah. So then immediately Zoro's like, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and go to 7 now. You took a 6K. Now you have to take the 7, go to 2.
I wonder if the Kaido player is just flooded. If he's flooded with 6s and 7s and 10s and 9s that he can't counter with.
He might be. It's very possible.
He
of
has
course, the only life that matters is the last one, but still.
Yeah.
It's
now like here. Go ahead. No, I was gonna say here we're gonna see a 7-drop king is gonna be like pretty good here.
7-drop king would be good here, but the problem is you're at 2 life, and 7-drop king taps you out. All right, so we're gonna just counter out of that.
5 into Nico, trying to bait the block, but he's gonna counter out with the 2K.
And then probably just gonna kind of forced to king. We need to take out the Nico and the Sanji. Sanji is a 2-drop and Nico is a 3-drop, so we can take both of them out with the king.
Yeah,
and here comes the king.
Yeah. Oh, he's hot.
He's hot.
He's
It's
hot.
the hot king. He's hot.
Yeah,
Oh no, he's hot.
right. Yeah, and I mean, if your life total was higher, this would be really fine. It'd be good tempo. It'd be good value. The fact that your life is at 2, Zoro can honestly just equip a bunch of Don to leader and swing face here.
Mhm.
Um,
Or
and
Luffy or
oh yeah,
Zoro.
you can Luffy. Yeah, it's fine. But no matter what, putting your opponent down to 1 here would be good, and then putting them down to 0 would be crazy good. But you really at least want your opponent to go down to 1 life this turn. That's your goal.
Yep. Now we could see Zoro do a more passive play and just
Oh,
Otama Jet Pistol the king. Interesting.
mhm. 5. Okay, well, I'll take
Zoro is on 7 Dawn.
mm-hmm.
So we see 4 for. Are we going to have an Uda come down? We are going to have an Uda come down. Get the Robin back. Tap 3 for the Robin. Interesting.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah,
Well,
I
as the
don't
Kaido
think
player, I'm pretty happy right now that I still have 2 life left.
yeah, I don't think I'm a fan of that. You, like I said, you really wanted to put your Kaido at 1, so he can't really stabilize. This basically allows him to play a 6-drop king and kill the Robin and just like really stabilize.
Or take the Uda out. He could also have another 7-drop king here.
He could. And that
Take
would be
out
fine
the
too.
Robin and the blocker, and then still have 1 left up for a blast breath.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, you're in a much better spot this turn as the Kaido player. I don't necessarily think he has the 7-drop because you probably would have just played it there to clear the blocker.
Yeah, I think so.
Beforehand.
All right, so Zoro taking a 5 and now taking a 7, kind of refilling his hand.
Yep. And maybe Zoro just didn't have any gas in his hand that turn.
That's true. Yeah, you never know.
Yep. All right.
It feels sometimes it can feel kind of like he did establish like some pretty good attackers on the board. Like this Robin would punish blockers if Kaido has blockers, and then other times it feels so like pointless to try to establish like it's nothing really sticks against Kaido because like you said, another 6-drop, another 7-drop, Robin's gone, Chopper's gone. It can feel you can get punished for just trying to establish creatures onto the board.
Yep. All right. Looks like we got a queen coming down. The Jet Pistol is going to have a very nice time with this queen.
Let's see. He's going to discard an Oni.
Discarded a 10-drop. Very, very good discard here. You definitely don't want to play a 10-drop into Zoro in most cases with 2 life left.
And we're going to see, we're going to see 3 up. So this could be Thunder Bagawa and Bolo Breath or Blast Breath.
Yep, it absolutely could. We're definitely just going to see 4 get dunked immediately.
Yep.
And we would like that queen to go away, please and thank you.
We sure would.
Yep. All right, so that leaves Zoro with 5, which is a good number for attacking.
Yeah.
Because we can put 1 on Zoro, put 1 on Robin, and then we've got a 6 and 2 5s swinging.
Yep.
And then we've got 3 extra Dawn for another Zoro. We could potentially see 4 attacks this turn.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yep. So we put 1 on Zoro. Now we're going to swing the 5K Uda in.
Yep. I like it, right? You're just a little tester. Got to start shredding this hand a little bit. You did give him a lot of cards but when he took the life. So now we just got to take it back out of his hand.
I kind of feel like if you're going to equip 1 to Robin and attack this turn, you want to have done it before swinging with Uda because of Who's Who. But it looks like he's actually going to go for the Rush Sanji here.
Yeah.
That is a 7K, which means that we'll probably be forced to Bagawa or Breath out of this.
Yep.
Sanji, how do you feel about Sanji in the Zoro deck? It's kind of like a 4K rusher.
So, I mean...
Or a 4 cost rusher, excuse me.
Yeah, I'm not really like an aggro player, so I don't particularly want to put aggro cards in my mid-range deck. Like we saw, if I was going to play Zoro in a tournament, I would play a much more mid-range version. Sanji is nowhere near a bad card, but it can like just lead to you gassing out pretty quickly because it's a torpedo. It attacks and then it dies. It's much harder to protect than Zoro because it has that 4K base and it's just a little bit harder to protect. So it's not nowhere near a bad card. Like your mid-range deck needs an aggro switch, and that could be Sanji. But I think with 4 Zoro, 4 5-drop Luffy, and maybe a couple Shanks, you have plenty of rushers in the deck already.
Yep.
And
so
then
we see
Uta
Robin
also recycles Zoro. So.
Yep. And there's the Breath for the Sanji. We saw a 2K combo out for the Robin.
Yep.
And Kaido's hand doesn't look too big. Do we have another 2K for this one? We do. Okay.
We do. Sasuke, yeah.
So Kaido survives a turn cycle. Interestingly enough, if Kaido can clear that blocker, he is threatening lethal because of the leader effect, which is gone -7.
Yep.
Put one of your opponent's life in the trash.
Yep.
So
I think
he's only got.
He would probably like to see another 7-drop king, you know, because you can kill Robin, kill Chopper. Your leader could probably kill the Sanji, and your 7-drop can clear the Uta. So it's like you might want to see another 7-drop here.
Yeah, another 7-drop here would be pretty good.
You know, a 6-drop would be okay too. It's not too bad.
Yeah. All right, so we're gonna go 6 into
something.
Robin, probably,
Robin,
right?
Yeah.
Or Uda. If he has 7-drop king, you're definitely attacking Uda here.
That's correct as well. Yep.
And
so 6, but no matter what, 6 and a 4. So Luffy would have to, Zoro probably would have to discard 2 cards, a 2K and a 1K to get out of it.
Which is exactly what it looks like is going to happen.
Yeah. Okay. We got an Otama and a Sai.
Sai is the 2-mana 4K vanilla.
Yep.
Interesting. Okay. It is a 5K in Zoro, right?
It attacks. Yep.
It does attack. All right. So we've got 2, 4, 6, 8 Dawn left for the Kaido player here. We could king clearing Robin and Sanji. Or we could king clearing Robin and Chopper and then swing on the Uda. Unfortunately, they're all the same math.
Yep.
So we're going to see the Chopper go down.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And attacking the Robin. I wonder if you kill the Robin and then attack the Uta. And then if he blocks, you get the same results. But if he doesn't block, you get a 5K off of the board instead of a Chopper.
Yeah, I think so too. I think that you just swing with your 7K first and then see what happens. If he blocks, then you just king what the 7K was attacking. If he doesn't block, like you said, you just end up with extra.
This guy looks he's excited. He's just shaking his leg. He's got his Don all crumpled up. You can see it's funny because like the dynamic of aggro versus control. Like Kaido player has been very cool, calm, very organized. Aggro players chomping at the bit. He wants to attack.
2 characters survive the turn. Sweet. Attack. I do like that he put one of the alt art Don under his leader so that Zoro can be king of the pirates.
Yep.
All right, so we're really looking for rushers from Zoro this turn. And that's how you get to a rusher right there.
There we go. Oh, a 5-drop Luffy? Thank you.
Oh, wow. That's exactly what I wanted. Thank you very much.
3-drop Luffy, 3-drop Zoro? I'll take it.
Yep, it looks like Kaido has 3 cards in hand.
Yeah.
Oh, yep, 5-drop Luffy.
That is what Zoro wanted to see here. It's a big mana investment, big damage. It's not hard to get that to a 9K, which means Blast Breath and Thunder Bagua you'll have to do the event card plus an additional 1K. It's not hard to get this Luffy to 9.
Yep. Unfortunately, though, with 2 life remaining, Zoro is going to have a hard time getting through this board. And double king is just disastrous for the Zoro player.
Yeah, Kaido is definitely threatening all types of lethal. If he doesn't, if Zoro doesn't close it this turn, then the Kaido player can absolutely close it next turn.
Yep. And we see time and again Kaido doing things like that. Yeah. And Zoro taking early damage, going to 2, really putting Kaido in a strong position here.
Yep. Let's see. Swinging for 6, so Kaido would need a 2K. He's had a bunch of 2Ks. And he has another one. So it seemed like in the early game, he either didn't have anything to combo and then he drew into a bunch of 2Ks, but now he's had enough 2Ks to really stabilize here.
Yep. And it's very possible he just didn't have plays, and that's why he was taking the early damage.
Yeah. I think
are we going to see?
I really think you need to swing for 9 here.
I think that you need to swing on the king.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I think the king has to go down. So we're 9.
I would have liked to see the Sanji swing for 5 because then Zoro could have also killed the king, maybe.
Yeah.
You know, your opponent's probably your opponent's going to protect it. Your opponent's not going to take a 5K realistically. So,
yeah. Even if the king goes down, we are still threatening lethal. Pretty strongly heavily, here. Yeah. If the last 2 cards in hand are a 2K and a Blast Breath, we're just we're
So let's see,
clear from this.
Yeah, we're going 8, and
Yep.
that's Blast Breath. 1 on
Yep.
Zoro. So Zoro's a 7. He swings and
And he swings and he
swings
gets out of
3.
it, and that
That's
that
game
is
right there.
probably the game. We'll
You can,
see.
yep,
The Kaido player has to actually go in.
he does, yeah. The Kaido has
We've
0
seen,
cards in hand, draws 1 to turn, right? So what do you think? You say equip 7 to lead, right?
yes, yeah.
Equip
You
7 to
equip
lead.
7 to lead,
Attack
and yep.
for
Oh,
12. There
look
you
at
go.
this. Look, it's beautiful,
I've been
beautiful.
here
We have a
before.
practiced Kaido here. That's a
Yep.
damage. Yep. Then we're just gonna go ahead and
On
use the
minus
leader. Oh,
7.
he almost used the
Yep.
leader effect.
Yep.
Put the
Burn
last
that
life
last
away.
life. And then we're just gonna see a 10 and a 7, and your opponent's probably not getting out of that. It's just Onigashima. Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll just
do it with the SPR.
yeah.
Yep. The alt
Yeah,
art.
there we
There you
go.
go. That's a 10.
There you go. Hit him with the hot
And
one.
that's
There it is.
Extend the
Beautiful.
handshake. Yep. Very good.
Very nice. Very nice. I would
Very
say
nice.
that was a very textbook game.
It was. We saw. I like we said. I really wanted to see the turn Luffy like played stuff to the board. I really just wanted to see him put Kaido at 1, and then we just saw the Kings kind of like come in and clean up the board like they were supposed to. You know.
Yeah, absolutely. Because if he had put him at 1 or maybe even 0 that turn, then the big Luffy that he added off the Nami, well, that just goes face now. We did see that Kaido had double blast breath, so unfortunately, it ended up not mattering in the end. Kaido would have been able to stay alive.
Yeah.
Because big Luffy would have been, you put 1 on your leader, so if you've got 4 left on the Luffy is 10, 11. Big Luffy would have been 11, so 2 blast breaths are definitely getting out of that.
Yep.
But yeah, we saw the Kaido take a lot of early damage, but it ended up being okay because Zoro saw no Zoros. The only rusher that he saw was Sanji. He did not end up playing a Luffy until the very last turn. So taking that early damage, there was no punish for it.
Exactly, yeah.